Good evening, students. Yesterday, we learned about many things like what a letter, how many letters are there in English alphabet, and what a word, and what a phrase, what a sentence, what a class, and different kinds of sentences. And we have also learned about vowels and consonants and articles, and we touched every point on these topics. And today I am going to teach you about figures of speech. Figures of speech. Figures. Figures of speech. English grammar and English is also like any other language. See, for example, in Telugu, alankaralu. Just remember alankaralu. And in the same way, in English also, there are figures of speech. There are hundreds of figures of speech are there. Hundreds of figures of speech. And only some of them are very important. And for your examinations and for your general awareness, it is better to focus on only a few figures of speech. And some figures of speech are used to compare. They are used to compare. And what are the figures of speech used to compare? Simile, metaphor. See, let us see simile and metaphor. SIMILE. This is pronounced as simile. Okay, you may not hear me properly. Okay, I am removing my mask. Whenever you go out, whenever you are with some other, always wear mask. So never be with others without mask. Never go out of your home without mask. Always wear mask. And always wear one side of the mask, not both sides. Okay? If the virus is attached on one side, if you wear that side, that is very dangerous, because virus enters your body through nose, mouth, and eyes. So it is always better to wear spectacles if you have, and this mask, which covers both mouth and nose. And recently, many scientists say that corona spreads through air, and they want World Health Organization to declare corona as airborne disease, the disease that is spread in air. So anyhow, it is always better to remain indoor unless it is urgent, it is compulsion. When it is mandatory, then leave your house. Otherwise, always keep inside until you get vaccine. You better remain at home. Okay, let us go to the topic. That is the figures of speech, and this simile is used to compare one person to another person, or one thing to another, or one animal to another animal. It's like that. So, and another figures of speech is metaphor. METAPHOR, metaphor. And both are used to compare. Then what is the difference? When both are used to compare, when both are used for the same purpose, how do we distinguish them? What is the difference? See, when we use as or like, as or like, when we use as or like in the sentence along with simile, so when we use a figure of speech using as and like along with simile, but when comparison is there without as and like, then that is metaphor. That is the only difference. So if you find as or like words as or like in a sentence, when there is comparison in a sentence, and when there is as or like in that same sentence, then that comparison is called simile. So that is a figure of speech. And when there is comparison in a sentence, and when there is no as and like, then that is metaphor. That figure of speech is called metaphor. So in metaphor there is no as and like, and in simile there is as and like. That is the only difference. So simile, always remember as and like with the simile, and no as and like with metaphor. Now let us go to example. And Arjun is as good as Ravi. Arjun is as good as Ravi. See, there is a comparison. There is a comparison between Arjun and Ravi. What is the comparison? Goodness. Goodness is the comparison. See, in goodness, Arjun is equal to Ravi. So that is the meaning of Ravi is as good as, Arjun is as good as Ravi. So what is the meaning of Arjun is as good as Ravi? That is, in goodness, Arjun is equal to Ravi. That is the meaning. Okay. In this sentence, what is the comparison? As good as. The comparison is as good as. So this comparison is known as simile. So whenever there is a comparison in a sentence, then there is simile or metaphor. If you come across, if you face, if you find as or like in the sentence, then that is simile. Let us go another example. Let us go to another example. Ramu is Mahesh Babu. Mahesh Babu of the class. Ramu is Mahesh Babu of the class. In this sentence also there is comparison. See, what is the meaning of this sentence? Ramu is Mahesh Babu of the class. Here Ramu is compared to Mahesh Babu. Ramu is compared to Mahesh Babu. You know very well that Mahesh Babu is a film actor, and he is very famous for his handsomeness and for his handsomeness and fairness and slimness, and he is very tall. So for many characters, Mahesh Babu is very famous, right? So Ramu is the Mahesh Babu in the class, means Ramu is the most handsome. Like in all the film actors of Telugu industry, who is handsome? Who is a handsome hero? Mahesh Babu, right? So in the same way, Ramu is handsome in the class. Okay, so there is a comparison between Ramu and Mahesh Babu, but in the same sentence there is no like and there is no as. See, Ramu is Mahesh Babu of the class. No as, no like. So when there is a comparison in the sentence and when there is no usage of as or like, then that comparison in the sentence is known as metaphor. Metaphor. And now let us use the same sentence in simile. Just a minute. Where is the dust? Shit. Look at the boat. Ramu looks like Mahesh Babu. See, Ramu looks like Mahesh Babu. So there is a comparison, and Ramu is compared with Mahesh Babu, and in looks, Ramu is equal to Mahesh Babu. So Ramu looks like Mahesh Babu. There is a comparison, and in the same sentence, the usage of like is there. See, like. So when there is a comparison in a sentence, and when there is a usage of like or as, then that comparison is known as simile. S-I-M-I-L-E is pronounced as simile. And when there is a comparison in a sentence, when there is no usage of as or like, see, there is no as or like in the sentence, then that comparison is known as metaphor. M-E-T-A-P-H-O-R, metaphor. Okay, this P is pronounced, this PH is pronounced as a fa, metaphor, 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 not metaphor, not fa. Your upper teeth touches your lower lip. Fa. Okay, metaphor. And this is simile. Okay. So these are the two major figures of speech used to compare. Okay. And let us learn another one, that is personification. Another figure of speech is personification. Let us see personification. You know what a person means? P-E-R-S-O-N, person. and this is personification. Personification. What is personification? See, you know the meaning of person, right? Person who has life. Person means a man or a woman. A man or a woman. A girl or a boy. A baby. Whoever it may be, is a person who has a life. Okay? And if we compare a non-living thing as a human being, then that is known as personification. See, for example, in Hinduism, sun is treated as a god, sun god, Surya Bhagavan. Actually, sun is not a human being. Sun is not a person. Sun is only a star. Do you know that all the stars that you see in the sky are suns? Yes, there are suns. And do you know that our sun is also a star? Yes. But our star is very, very, very near to us. That's why it looks very bright. But the remaining stars are very, very, very far away from us. That's why they twinkle in the night. They just twinkle. Yes, okay. And every star is like our sun, and our sun is also like a star. Okay. So sun is only a star which doesn't have life in it. There is no life in it. But we compare the sun as a man. We compare the sun as a human being. That's why Hindus worship sun god. In early morning we pray to sun god, right? With the Surya Namaskar. That means we are treating a star as a human being. So we are treating a non-living thing as a living thing. Human being means living thing, right? A man means a living thing, right? A woman means a living thing, right? So when a non-living thing is compared, when a non-living thing is treated as a living thing, then that is known as personification. Okay? See, for example, I pray to sun god every morning with his Surya Namaskar. I bow means bending the head in respect. Okay, I bow my head to him. I bow my head to him every day. See, to him. Him means a person, a living thing, a human being, a man. Here, sun is treated as a person. A non-living thing is treated as a living thing. So, when there is a comparison, when we compare a non-living thing with a living thing, then that comparison is known as personification. So, that is called personifying. Okay. Sometimes in poetry we can personify anything. We can personify anything. We can personify ships as feminine gender, as a ship. and mountains, huge mountains as a male gender. That is, then we use he. In the place of mountain, we put he. So mountains are personified as male gender, and forest as feminine gender, she, and seas, samudrudu. In our culture, we treat all seas as a male one. Okay, male one or female one. Samudra Devata or Samudrudu. Okay, I don't know. So whenever we personify a non-living thing as a person, that is known as personification. Personifying means treating a non-living thing as a living thing, giving life to a non-living thing. That is known as personification. Okay, personifying. So these are the three very important figures of speech: and personification, simile, and metaphor. What is personification? Treating a non-living thing as a living thing is known as personification. Simile. What is simile? Comparison. When there is a comparison between two persons or between two things, using as or like, then that comparison is known as simile. For example, hey Roja, your face looks like rose. Hey Roja, your face looks like rose. So Roja's face is compared with the rose. Hey boy, you seem to be Bhim in the whole school, and one of the boys' friend is calling him as Bhim because he is very strong in the whole school. So that boy is treated as the Bhim of the school. So there is a comparison, and there is usage of as and like. So when there is a comparison and when there is usage of as or like in the sentence, then that is known as simile. What is the spelling? Let us spell it. S-I-M-I-L-E. Simile. Next, personification. Next, metaphor. Metaphor is also used like simile, but the only difference between metaphor and simile is not using as and like. We don't use as and like in the sentence. There is comparison, but there is no as and like. So when there is comparison without using as and like, that is known as metaphor. Ramu is Mike Tyson of the class. Yes, Ramu is compared with Mike Tyson. There is comparison, but there is no as and like in the sentence. See, Ramu is the Mike Tyson of the class. Okay, so in the same way, all these three are used for comparison. What are these three? And personification, and simile, metaphor. And there are many things, many uncountable figures of speech are there. Hundreds of figures of speech are there, but most important of all these are these three: simile, metaphor, personification. Okay, and in Telugu, I don't know the exact words. I think it is Utperakmala, Champakmala, something else like that. You can ask your Telugu teacher in when there is a comparison. నీ ముఖము చంద్రబింబము వలె అందముగా ఉన్నది. Your face looks like moon. There is comparison between face and the moon. Usage of like, then that is simile. Okay, okay. That's all for today. Okay, and what did I teach you yesterday and the day before yesterday? Yesterday, yesterday I taught you many things like letter, word, phrase, sentence, syllable, and kinds of sentences like that. And the day before yesterday, in my first class, parts of speech. How many parts of speech are there? 8. What are they? Noun, pronoun, adjective, verb, adverb, preposition, conjunction, and interjection. These are the 8 parts of speech. Whatever word it is, it must belong to any one of these 8 parts of speech. Okay? And so don't miss my class. Every day you are going to learn new things and in a different way. So I am very eager to see you face to face, to talk to you face to face. Okay. Anyhow, beware of corona. Don't come out without a mask, and keep washing your hands frequently with a sanitizer. Always be aware. Okay, don't take it easy because scientists are saying different things about corona, that this is airborne disease and this is something like that, something like this. So why should we take risk? Life is very valuable than anything else. We can do anything when we have life, right? So don't be negligent. Okay, see you tomorrow. Bye.